for first response, fire protection and rescue services, and emergency medical services for the period of January 2011 through December this year. The original 3-year agreement allowed for 3 additional 1-year extensions, and prior to any extension, there was to be a study conducted to project when the mill levies of each entity will equalize. The reason for that is because, as it was stated in the contract that you had a copy of, the point of this was so that the fire district and the city would all be consolidated when the mill levies equalize. And the projection back then, presented to you last December, was that they wouldn't, and that was required before we entered into this first renewal. And then the update that I did also projects that they won't. So because of that, the assumption would be that you would have a renewal this year, and that was budgeted for the amount that's in the contract. And in addition to that, there was also a lot of reporting requirements in that contract, and Chief Kirk presented you with all those reports. So I don't really have anything else to say other than we're here to ask for the 1-year renewal.
Okay. Well, at this point, we'll see if there's anybody in the public that would like to make comment on new business item number 2.
And you probably have noticed Chief Kirk is here. If you
Yes. Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on new business item number 2? Nobody coming forward. Questions for Laura? Chief Rob Kirk is here. Now's the time to ask. That was a lot of information you gave us, Rob.
It was great.
But it was good information. If no one has questions, I'd certainly entertain a motion.
I move we approve a 1-year extension of the agreement for the fire rescue services with Johnson County Fire District Number 1 for the period of January 1st, 2014 through December 31st, 2014.
Second.
Motion Harrison, second Shute, that we approve a 1-year extension of the agreement for fire rescue services with Johnson County Fire District Number 1 for the period of January 1st through December 31st, 2014. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right. We've got fire service and emergency services for another year. Thank you. And Chief, thank you. It really is a lot of information, but I made it through a lot of this stuff, and that was good information to have. So thank you for that. New business item number 3. Consider passing an ordinance adopting the standard traffic ordinance for Kansas City's edition 2013. Lord Gorley, there you are again.
Here I am. And then we do this every year. This is every year when the Kansas legislature is done making whatever changes they're going to make, then the League of Kansas Municipalities publishes their new standard traffic ordinance and uniform public offense code, which is the next item. And the city incorporates those with our routine changes that we make. And so this is essentially a housekeeping item unless there was some big change. There are no changes recommended this year by the judge, by the prosecutor, nor by your city attorney. So just to read into the record, we routinely add provisions to the standard traffic ordinance for careless driving, prohibiting vehicle idling, after-hours parking restrictions in residential zoning districts, transportation of alcoholic beverage, prohibiting the use of any compression-release engine braking system, that's jake braking, and maximum speed limits for the streets within the city. Those are the changes that we make. They're incorporated into these.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make public comment about new business item number 3? With no one coming forward, anyone have questions for Laura? Jim, do we have an ordinance number?
It's going to be 2439.
I'm sorry?
2439?
I move that we pass ordinance number 2439, adopting the standard traffic ordinance for Kansas City's edition of 2013 with additions and amendments as written.
Second.
Motion Freeman, second Harrison, that we pass ordinance number 2439, adopting the standard traffic ordinances ordinance for Kansas City's edition of 2013 with additions and amendments as written. Harrison?
Yes.
Shute?
Yes.
Roberts?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2439 passes. New business item number 4, consider passing an ordinance adopting the Uniform Public Code, Uniform Public Offense Code for Kansas City's edition of 2013.
As stated previously, this is more housekeeping for the Public Offense Code. For those of us following on video, the City of Gardner specific changes are provisions for riding or leading horses on the golf course, unlawful use of a weapon, explosives, storage of explosive, nitroglycerin, controlled substances, discharge of fireworks prohibited, sale of fireworks, prohibition of sex bookstores, coin-operated motion picture devices showing sex movies, and eating or drinking establishments featuring nude dancers or similar entertainment. We also delete the section that states barbed wire fences are illegal. Other than that, this is housekeeping.
Public comment?
And there were no further recommendations from your judge, your prosecutor, your chief, or your city attorney.
Questions for Laura?
I think you covered it.
That's the idea.
And this would be 2440, correct?
It would be. I move that we pass ordinance number 2440, adopting the Uniform Public Offense Code for Kansas City's edition of 2013 with additions and amendments as noted.
Second.
Motion, Shute, second, Freeman, that we pass ordinance number 2440, adopting the Uniform Public Offense Code for Kansas City's edition 2013 with additions and amendments as written. Shute,
Yes.
Freeman,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2440 passes. New business item number 5. Consider authorizing the city administrator to execute a 3-year agreement for banking services with Metcalf Bank for the period beginning January 1st through December 31st, January 1st of 2014 through December 31st, 2016, with a 1-year renewal option. Laura?
So the city's current banking services technically terminates at the end of this month, and there, in the original agreement, there was an option to extend for 2 additional years unless terminated by either party if they provided written notice 90 days ahead. Well, we got notice from Metcalf Bank that, frankly, this contract originally was too rich because you may all notice that there is no such thing as interest earned. Well, there was for us because we were getting a really good benefit. Just for your information, we were getting 35 basis points. That doesn't sound like much, but it's 2.5 times what we could have received if I'd have tied up our money for a year CD, and we benefited by getting that interest rate with complete liquidity. So they don't want to do that anymore. We sent out an RFP after they notified us that they don't want to do that anymore to all 6 local banks. We also sent it to 2 banks outside the city, and 1 bank actually found it out on our website. And after we talked to all of those, or submitted to all those people, we did have 2 replies saying no thank you, and 1 proposal from Metcalf Bank, and nobody else talked to us at all. Metcalf Bank, I don't want you to think that you don't have a good bank when you have Metcalf Bank. As I stated in here, they're going to meet all the requirements, except they're not going to send a courier across the street anymore. And they don't charge you anything for your banking services. They provide all of the things we ask for free of charge. And they are a 4-star on a 5-star rating system bank, which means they are sound, and they are ranked 23 of the top 25 banking companies by Forbes. So you're getting a good bank. They just don't really want to give you that nice interest rate anymore. So I did a little messing with that too. It's about 1/3 of what you've been getting, but it's actually still more than the 3-month T-bill right now. And we can always invest when things get better. That doesn't preclude us from investing in any of our idle funds or pooled cash. We can pull off what we don't need for operations. But and I need you to approved the